What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my sports betting picks video, college football edition. It is Friday night, October the 4th. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and each and every time I put out a video. Who is ready for another monster Saturday? So much action out there. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I said, let's get into some picks. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I give out sports betting tips, and we have been crushing it lately here with our Saturday video, so let's continue to do that. What I'll go ahead and do is recap what we did last Saturday, and then I'll go ahead and get on to this Saturday's picks. I have 8 more plays for you guys to add to your Saturday portfolio if you choose. So we'll go ahead and get into it. So if you're new to the channel, what I like to do on Saturdays is I like to give you guys a bunch of different plays that I'm looking at. These aren't necessarily my best bets. I save those for those of you who are a part of the village. If you want to be a part of the village and receive all of my best bets each and every day, just go to the website jvillesportspicks.com to sign up, and I will send you my best bets each and every day sent directly to your email box. Very simple there. But there are a bunch of plays that I like every single Saturday because there's just so much action. This Saturday we have a full slate in college football. We have 4 MLB games. We have UFC, big UFC cards. So just so much action out there. So I have 8 plays that I'm liking so far, and we'll run through those. So first, let's run through. We had 8 plays last week. Let me pull those up here. All right, so like I said, we had 8 plays, all college football. We got off to a 3-0 start. We had Kansas State -4, a blowout winner. We had Indiana -6, pretty close through the first half. Second half, Indiana pulled away, and they won pretty comfortably there. UConn -5, a blowout winner there. That was over after the first quarter. Auburn, that was a back and forth game, so close against Oklahoma. Oklahoma pulled that one off, though. I think they won by 6 points, maybe. That was a 1-score game. So tough one there. Auburn at home did not get the job done for us. So 3 out of 4 with our first 4 picks. And then we move on to our next 4. Arkansas +7. They lose, but they cover. So back on the winning track there. Miami of Ohio against a UMass -17. They won, but I think they only won by a field goal. So Miami of Ohio, not good there. And then we had under in the Georgia-Alabama game. Before any of the games started, Georgia-Alabama was the one everybody wanted to watch, the game of the day, and it definitely lived up to the hype. That was the best game of the day. Alabama getting out to a 4-touchdown lead. Georgia somehow coming back into it. But once Alabama had that start, that under was cooked. Georgia, I don't know what they were doing to start that game, but they were just not ready to play. And our under got crushed in that one. So under 51, that was a bad play there. Cincinnati +4 was our nightcap. They lose, but they cover. They lose by a field goal. So we went 5-3 with our picks. That's about 62%. We will take that every single week. So we will add that 5-3 to our overall record, and we will go ahead and jump off to week number 6 in this college football season. So this week I have 1 MLB play and 7 college football plays to round out 8 plays for you for Saturday. Again, what I recommend is pluck out your favorites and do some straight bets. I'm throwing all 8 of these plays into a long shot parlay to see if I can hit it. It's just a fun thing for me to do. Just my fun way of giving you guys a bunch of different plays that I like. I throw it into a long shot parlay, see if I can hit it. But the purpose of the parlay is just to give you guys a bunch of different straight bets, which is what I recommend doing. Pluck out your favorites. If you like any, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Definitely up to you. So you can see before we get into the plays, our overall record 18-9. We are hitting 66% so far. Not many can say they are doing that. So like I said, these plays that we are giving out here with our Saturday videos are doing quite well. We'll see if we can stay above that 60% mark throughout the whole season, which would be amazing. So let's see if we can do it. So starting off, SMU at Louisville. We're going with Louisville -6 at home. This should be a fun game between two Teams with really good offenses. SMU, they got off to a pretty slow start this year, but they are coming off 2 blowout wins the last 2 weeks. They put up 66 points, but it was against a horrible TCU defense. And then their most recent game against Florida State, they dominated them. Florida State, they're just a mess right now. So can't put a whole lot of stock into those 2 wins, but they did dominate. They did look good. But this is a step up in class, in my opinion. Louisville coming off a tough loss against Notre Dame. We'll see how SMU can do stepping up in competition and going on the road. I like Louisville here minus the 6 to bounce back. Next, we're going with Navy minus the 8 against Air Force. So the script has kind of flipped this year. Air Force has been pretty good the last several years, even cracking into the top 25. Navy has been down for several years now, but this season Air Force is the team that this is just a bad year for them. Navy, they look pretty good. Navy, I believe, has lost 4 straight in this matchup, so this is a perfect time. Even though they're on the road, they're playing much better right now. They're the better team. This is Navy's chance to get some revenge here, and I like them to win this game by double digits. So give me Navy minus the 8 against Air Force. Next, we're going with Pitt. They are taking on North Carolina. This is a short 2.5 spread, so we're just going to take Pitt on the money line here. Again, they're on the road taking on North Carolina. I'm taking a fresh Pitt team here. They played an FCS team last week, Youngstown State. Pretty much a bye week. They dominated that game. North Carolina, on the other hand, had a tough week last week against Duke, their rivals, and they lost that game. This is just not a good year for North Carolina. They lost their quarterback early. I just like Pitt, I think, is the better team, which is why they're favored here on the road. So give me Pitt, the more fresher team, the better team. Even though they're on the road, I like Pitt to get the W here. So I will take Pitt money line at North Carolina. Next, we have our MLB play. Out of all the MLB plays, this is my favorite under. I like to take unders more than overs, especially when we come playoff time. So we have Mets and Phillies. Mets getting through past the Brewers in 3. So it looks like Senga is going to get the start here for the Mets. He's had a solid season so far, but if he runs into any trouble, it looks like Peterson, who also has had a really good season, will be waiting in the wings. The Phillies haven't played in almost a week, so maybe their timing might be off a little bit early on in the series. I think Senga's going to be fine, but like I said, if he struggles a little bit, Peterson will be waiting and he'll come in, and he's been, like I said, he's been pitching well. On the flip side, we have Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. He also has had an awesome season for the Phillies. He is fully rested. I like him to shut down this Mets team. So I don't see a whole lot of runs in this one. So give me under 8. I do want to mention all of the odds that you see here on this parlay are taken from DraftKings. Just want to throw that out there. Let's keep it moving though. So those are our first 4 plays, and I have 4 more for you guys, all college football. We have BC at Virginia money line. I'm taking Virginia money line. This is another short, about 2.5 point spread. I'm taking Virginia on the money line to win this game. 2 evenly matched teams, a good ACC matchup here. Both teams coming off a W. Let's just ride the home team here. Let's hope the crowd gives them a little bit of a boost. Like I said, these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams coming off wins. I'm just going to take Virginia, the home team here. I think they can get the job done. Next, we have Temple at UConn. UConn minus 17.5. So I've been taking UConn pretty much every single week, and no reason not to. They're covering every single week, and this is a larger spread than normal for UConn, but Temple is just that bad. UConn is rolling right now. They dominated last week. Temple just as bad. Give me UConn minus 17.5 for another blowout win at home. Next, we have 2 nightcap games here. Miami at Cal, and we are going to take Cal plus the 13. So Miami, everybody saw that game last week. They escaped somehow with a victory at home against Virginia Tech. Some might say they should have lost that game, but Miami did show that they were vulnerable after they looked really good the first few weeks. Cal also has looked good the first few weeks, and then they stumbled a couple of weeks ago against Florida State. I don't know what happened there, but they have had an extra week. They were off last week, so they have had an extra week to prepare for this Miami team. Miami, after that win last week. They have to travel cross country to play this night game against Cal, who, like I said, fully rested. Hopefully they have some tricks up their sleeves. Give me Cal to keep this one close. Cal plus the 13 against Miami. And then last but not least, we have another one that should be pretty fun. Should have a lot of offense in this one. Texas Tech taking on Arizona. Give me the home team once again. Arizona -6. So Arizona coming off a nice win on the road against Utah. I think they can continue that momentum here. Arizona was ranked to start the season. They got off to a little bit of a slow start, but it looks like they're going to start picking things up here. Texas Tech has won 3 straight games. All 3 of those games have been at home. Their one loss this year was on the road at Washington State. I watched a lot of that game, and they did not look good at all. So the one game where they didn't look good was their one road game. So let's see how they do on the road once again. Night game, Arizona, Tucson. The crowd's going to be roaring, like what I did there with the Wildcats. But yeah, give me the Wildcats to win this game by a touchdown. And that is going to do it for our 8 plays. Again, I recommend plucking out your favorites if you have any. Maybe you don't like any of these, that's completely fine. If you're on the opposite side of any of these, maybe that gives you a little pause. But if you already had any of these games circled, hopefully that gives you some extra boost to go ahead and take a shot with it. But I like all 8 of these plays. I'm going to be taking them all separately. We'll see how many of these, if any of them, make my best bets card that I'll be sending out early Saturday morning. But this is going to be our next long shot attempt. So this 18 parlay pays plus 8,764. As you can see there, 115 will pay over 10,000. So we'll see if we can hit this one. But like I said, the main goal of this is just to give you guys a bunch of different straight bets that I like so far, and we'll see how we go. So far, like I said, we're over 66%, so we'll see if we can keep that going. But other than that, have an awesome Saturday. I'll be back for my NFL video, give you guys some NFL plays, some teaser plays, some straight bets there in the NFL. Other than that, like I said, have an awesome Saturday. There's so much action out there. Should be another fun weekend. So good luck with all of your plays, and I will see you guys soon. Good luck.